everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I am Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our Daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our Daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 22nd of January 2022. Starting with very first question. Senior bureaucrat Vikram Dutt is the new chairman and managing director of which organization? So he has been appointed as the chairman and MD of Air India Limited, and he was a 1993 batch IAS officer and currently he is principal secretary in Delhi government. So he has been appointed in the rank as pay of additional secretary as per the order issued by the personnel ministry. Okay. Now let's see some of the important recent appointments quickly. First of all, Lieutenant General Manoj Pandey has been appointed as next Army Vice Chief. Then Robert Metsola has taken over the European Union Parliament presidency. Also, Sher Singh B. Khalia has been appointed as CEO of Adani Power. Then Mr. Narendra Kumar Goenka has been appointed as new chairman of AEPC, which stands for Apparel Export Promotion Council. And he has replaced Dr. A. Saktiril. Okay. Then Raghuvendra Tanwar has been appointed as chairman of Indian Council of Historical Research. Also, rocket scientist S. Somanathan has been appointed as new ISRO chief, and he has replaced Mr. K. Sivan. Do remember that brand ambassador of Renew By, who has recently been appointed, is Rajkumar Rao. The new IMF chief is Pierre Olivier. Okay. Now can you tell me, Vikram Mishri has been appointed to which place recently? Please answer me in the comments. Question number 2. Streets for People Challenge is an initiative of which union ministry? So Streets for People Challenge is the flagship initiative of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and recently the ministry announced 11 winning cities for the Streets for People Challenge and 10 winning cities for the pilot stage of Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge. Okay. And also the ministry has launched season 2 of India Cycles for Change and Streets for People Challenges and a book titled as Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge, Stories from the Field. This has also been launched. Okay. Now apart from it, the first of its kind Climate Hazard and Vulnerability Atlas of India has recently been released by Union Ministry of Earth Sciences. And as per this report, the Sundarbans in West Bengal, the neighbouring districts of Odisha and Ramanathapuram, Padukkotai and Thanjavur in Tamil Nadu are the most vulnerable to high storm surges of as much as 8.5 to 13.7 meters that are induced by the cyclones. Then apart from it, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has introduced the P3 movement. This can be definitely asked that what does P3 stands for? Do remember, pro-planet people. Why? To underline the India's climate change commitments at World Economic Forum's Davos Agenda 2022. So the World Economic Forum's Davos Agenda Virtual Summit hosted the world leaders and heads of important institutions around the world to discuss the climate action, pandemic recovery and socio-economic resilience. Okay. Now talking about some of the important things regarding COP26 that was held in Glasgow, Prime Minister Modi announced that India has set a target of net zero carbon emissions by which year? By 2070. And also India updated its intended nationally determined contributions that have to be met by 2030. And its new pledge included increasing the country's installed renewable capacity to 500 gigawatt, meeting 50% of its energy requirements from non-fossil fuel sources. Okay. Also, Prime Minister Modi highlighted that our lifestyle poses a big challenge for the climate. So he said that it is very important to rapidly shift today's take, make, use and dispose economy to rather circular economy. Okay. Now you have to tell me, at the same summit, all the world leaders have agreed to reverse the deforestation by which year? Please write your answers in the comment section. Question number 3. Grama One program is an initiative of which state or union territory? So Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Bommai said that the ambitious Grama One program will be implemented from Republic Day in rural areas of 12 districts, and the program is aimed at providing services of various departments at the citizens' doorsteps. And as many as 30,000 Grama One service centers would be opened across the states to provide various type of government services. Okay. Now Karnataka was also in news these days because of Karnataka e-bike taxi scheme, which basically allows the individual firms and the private players to run the electric bike taxis in Bangalore. And the users can avail these electric bikes for 10 kilometers, and the fares fall in two slabs, basically 25 rupees for the first 5 kilometers and 50 rupees till 10 kilometers. But the response is not good enough from the private players, hence the government is thinking to review the fare prices once again. Okay. Now Karnataka was also in news because the Karnataka is the only state to have passed the protection of right to freedom of religious bill. And the bill seeks strict provisions for forced or induced conversions, as the state government wants to prohibit conversions by mispresentation, force, allurement, fraud means or marriage. Okay. Also, Karnataka state government has decided to give 1% reservation to the transgenders across all ranks in the police department, and this move by the state will help bring the transgenders into mainstream and remove the stereotypes against them in the country. So this is kind of landmark move. Can you tell me which country has recently banned the conversion therapy? Write your answers in the comments. Question number 4. Robert Lewandowski is associated with which sports? So recently he won the FIFA Best Men's Player Award for 2021, and at present he plays for Munich and has won the award for the second straight year. And who won the FIFA Best Women's Player prize? It is Alexia Putellas from Barcelona, as she played a vital role in Barcelona's win in the Spanish League and the UEFA Champions League. And the Puskás Award for Best Goal of the Year was won by Eric Lamela from Argentina. Okay, so your correct answer is football. Now apart from it, the tennis star Novak Djokovic has been deported from Australia after judges rejected a challenge by the unvaccinated tennis star. So the Australian government cancelled his visa on health and good order grounds, and he fought to stay the cancellation to defend his title in the Australian Open, but the court decision came on the day of his opening match in the tournament. So you can be asked that which tennis star was deported from Australia after his unvaccinated status. Answer would be Novak Djokovic. Now apart from it, Indian athlete Anju Bobby George has been named as Woman of the Year award by World Athletics for encouraging the young Indian girls to take up sports and fight for the gender equality. So she was actually the 2003 Paris World Champion bronze medalist in the long jump. Also to remember that Shreyas Iyer recently became the first Indian player to hit century and 50 on his first debut. And also he became the 4th Indian player to win the Player of the Match award on debut in the red ball cricket. Also he became the 16th Indian to win a century in his debut test. Okay. Then who has recently won the US Grand Prix? It is Max Verstappen. Also these days, UVCAN Foundation was in news. Do remember that it is a non-profit organization founded by Indian cricketer Yuvraj Singh. Actually, it works to fight cancer, and recently the foundation has collaborated with SBI Foundation and the government of Goa to launch the initiative named as Swasth Mahila, Swasth Goa. So under this, free breast cancer screening would be undertaken for 1 lakh women in Goa. Okay. Question number 5. Nusantara is the new capital city of which country? So Indonesia passed a bill replacing its capital Jakarta with East Kalimantan, situated to the east of Borneo Island. So now the new capital city of the country will be called Nusantara. And the government also aims to build a smart metropolis in the new city, as Jakarta was already overpopulated. And as of 2022, Indonesia is the 4th largest populous country. Now let's see some of the important things regarding Indonesia. First of all, India has recently joined the G20 Troika with which 2 other countries, Indonesia and Italy. Actually, in the year 2019, the G20 was hosted by Japan. Then in 2020, it was hosted by Italy. Then for 2021, the host was Indonesia. Again for 2022, the host would be Indonesia. And then 2023, the host would be India. And in the year 2024, host would be Brazil. And let's see the countries which form the Troika in G20. First of all, in the year 2020, 3 countries that formed the Troika were Japan, Italy and Indonesia. Then in 2021, Italy, Indonesia and India. And for 2022, the Troika will be between Brazil, Indonesia and India. Okay. So current presidency is with Indonesia and it is to hold the chair till October 2022 under the theme Recover Together, Recover Stronger. Then India will take off from Indonesia for the very first time. Okay. Now apart from it, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and the Foreign Minister of Indonesia, Retno Marsudi, discussed issues including the ACE and Andaman Nicobar Islands connectivity. And also during this conference, India and Indonesia discussed about the COVID-19 crisis and situation in Myanmar and Afghanistan. So Indonesia, being a member of ASEAN, has been concerned about the developments in Myanmar. Okay. What does ASEAN stands for? The Association of Southeast Nations, and total it has 10 member countries, which are these: Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, then Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam. Okay. It was established in the year 1967 and headquarters lies in Indonesia. Now you have to tell me how many countries are there in BRICS. Question number 6. Which institution released the Global Cybersecurity Outlook 2022 report? So this report has been released by World Economic Forum, and as per the report, the COVID-19 pandemic has fast-tracked the use of digital tools in business and home. So these advances have led to several frequent, costly and damaging cyber accidents. And the report presents findings from 120 global cyber leaders on how to shift from cyber security to its cyber resilience. Fine. So only thing you have to remember is this report has been released by World Economic Forum. Now apart from it, what is the Great Resignation? Actually, this is a kind of phenomena that describes record number of people who are leaving their jobs during this COVID-19 pandemic. And many studies have indicated that the pandemic is the single largest factor behind higher attrition rates across the world, including India. Actually, in India, the IT industry saw a record attrition rate in 2021, which has led to a hiring overdrive among the Indian IT firms in 2022. So you can be asked that what is the name of the phenomena that describes record numbers of people who are leaving their jobs during this COVID-19 pandemic? Answer would be the Great Resignation. Then in the previous lecture, we have seen that the International Labour Organization has recently released a report named as World Employment and Social Outlook. So this year, International Labour Organization has downgraded its outlook for the labour market recovery, and it expects the unemployment to increase to 207 million in 2022, up from 186 million in 2019. And total working hours in 2022 are also expected to be at below 2% that of pre-pandemic levels. Okay. Now you have to tell me, where does the headquarters of ILO lie? Question number 7. Which Indian armed force conducts Operation Sard Hawa? So the Border Security Force will increase the surveillance along the Pakistan border in Rajasthan under its Operation Sard Hawa, which is to be held from 23rd of January to 28th of January. So BSF conducts Operation Garam Hawa in summer and Operation Sard Hawa in winters every year. So the force remains on high alert to deal with infiltration and related activities from across the border due to fog and haze on the border during winter. Okay. Now let's talk about some of the important exercises. First is Sampriti. It is between India and Bangladesh. Then Mitra Shakti is between India and Sri Lanka. Then third is Maitri. Maitri is the exercise between India and Thailand. Then there is Vajra Prahar. It is between India and USA. Yuddha Abhyas is again between India and USA. Then there is Nomadic Elephant. It is between India and Mongolia. Then there is Garud Shakti. It is between India and Indonesia. Do remember that Garud Shakti is different thing and Shakti is different thing. Shakti is the exercise between India and France. Then there is Dharm Guardian. It is between India and Japan. Then Hand in Hand is the exercise between India and China. Then next is Simbex. It is between India and Singapore. Corpat is the exercise between India and Thailand. Ajay Warrior is between India and UK. Then last is Zaid Talwar. It was held between India and UAE. Can you tell me of one exercise between India and Saudi Arabia that has been held, I think 3-4 months back? Please write your answers in the comment section. Question number 8. Which financial institution launched the Saathi mobile application? So Capital Markets Regulator SEBI has launched its mobile application named as Saathi to create awareness among the investors about the basic concept of securities market. So this app has been released among the recent rise in individual investors entering the market and a large proportion of trading being mobile phone based. So the app aims to create awareness about the basic concepts, KYC process, trading and settlement, mutual funds, market developments, investor grievances, redressal mechanism, etc. Okay. Now apart from it, Flipkart has recently announced the launch of 2 new programs, Flipkart Leap Ahead and Flipkart Leap Innovation Network. So this is the evolution of its flagship Startup Accelerator program, Flipkart Leap, which graduated its first group in July 2021 with 8 startups. So it aims to identify the wider market opportunities for the selected startups. Okay. Now apart from it, Aroma mission launched by the Science and Technology Minister through CSIR led to the Purple Revolution, which aims to encourage the cultivation of aromatic plants. So recently the government has started a special awareness drive for the growers on the cultivation and processing of aromatic plants to enhance employment opportunities for the youths of Jammu and Kashmir. So you can be asked that Purple Revolution, which is seen in the news, is associated with the cultivation of what? Answer would be aromatic plants. Question number 9. Which country played host to the AFC Women's Asian Cup 2022? So India is hosting the AFC Women's Asian Cup and India is aiming to qualify for the quarter-finals and create history by reaching the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. So this is scheduled to be held in Australia and New Zealand next year, and no Indian senior football team has ever played in a World Cup. So Japan is looking to reaffirm its top position for the 3rd consecutive time, with Australia and China as the biggest challenges. Okay. Now talking about some of the important summits and conferences. First of all, IAMAI, that is Internet Mobile Association of India, organizes the 16th India Digital Summit 2022 which was addressed by our Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal. So theme for this conference was supercharging startups. And in this, LEAP has been unveiled as the way forward to strengthen our startup ecosystem. What does LEAP stands for? Leverage, encourage, access and promote. Okay. Then Nirmala Sitharaman chairs the 46th GST Council meeting in Delhi. Then India is to chair the Counter-Terrorism Committee of United Nations Security Council in the month of January itself after 10 years. So this committee was established by the Security Council resolution that was adopted unanimously in the year 2001 in the wake of 9/11 terror attacks in the USA. Okay. Now coming to last question, Infinity Bridge is the iconic architectural structure located in which country? So this is in Dubai, means UAE. So this new bridge, which is built over the Dubai Creek, allowed the vehicles to cross the creek underwater, and the Infinity Bridge is a part of Al Shingda Corridor project, which was first proposed in the year 2018. Okay. Now talking about UAE, recently it has announced that it will no longer censor the films that are released in the cinemas, and it is seen as an effort of the kingdom to boost its brand as a liberal hub, which is quite attractive to the foreigners. Also recently, UAE has announced its new working week of 4.5 days with Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday forming the new weekend for the government employees. Hence, UAE has become the first nation in the world to introduce a national working week shorter than the global 5-day week. Also recently, UAE has entered into an agreement of arms deal that amounts to $19 billion for procurement of 80 Rafale fighter jets and 12 military helicopters for its armed forces, and this deal is seen as the largest overseas sale of Rafale jets by France, and it is expected to directly support 7,000 jobs in France. Okay. Now you have to tell me, recently China has launched the first cross-border train as a part of Belt and Road Initiative with which country? Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzat Sana signing off.